The Jewish people have taught the world, perhaps more than any other people, what the infinite value of one human life is. Throughout Jewish history, and indeed until the time of Gilad Shalit a number of years ago, what price the Jewish people have been prepared to pay to save one Jewish life, to redeem one captive. And indeed, nowhere is this clearer than in this week's parasha. Indeed, in two places in the Torah we see the value of human life and the price that Jewish people have been prepared to pay. Indeed, in Parashat Chukat, that is now being read in Chutz La'aretz, we find that the Jewish people went to war because of one captive. We read about the fact that in the 40th year, the Canaanite king of Arad comes and attacks the Jewish people as they're about to enter the land. And it says, Vayesh mimenu shevi. They take one captive. And Rashi brings the Midrash, which says not only was it one captive, it was a shivcha, it was a maidservant. And not only was it a maidservant, it was a maidservant of Canaanite extract that had joined the Jewish people from a previous war. And because one Jewish captive had been taken by the enemy in a war that they initiated, the entire Jewish people were prepared to go to war to bring one female maidservant of Canaanite extract home. Such is the value of one human life. And indeed, we see the same thing when it comes to Lot. Lot gets taken captive by the four kings. Lot, the errant cousin of Abraham, which goes to live with the Sodomites and gets taken captive, and Abraham is prepared to sacrifice anything, takes out his entire household to go and save one errant member of the tribe. So whether it be in the book of Bereshit, the first Jewish family, or of course in the book of Bamidbar, the trials and tribulations of the Jewish people as a people, we see consistently the value of one Jewish life, one human life. And indeed, such is the great teaching of the infinite value of a life created in the image of God, that the Jewish people, more than any other, even when it's halachically questionable, even when rabbis said, like Maram Rottenberg, that we shouldn't pay the ransom, because if we pay the ransom, God forbid, then other people will get taken by the enemies of the Jewish people, and even bigger ransoms will be asked, and it'll have negative consequences. And with all the halachic challenges, so often, as we see in this week's parasha and previously, the value of human life has been so dear that the Jewish people are prepared to pay almost anything to teach us in the world the value of a human life. And Bezrat Hashem, may those civilians and soldiers still missing in action, and of course those who have passed on, bring them back to burial in Israel, and bring all those who need to come home, because ultimately this arvut hadadit, this sense of camaraderie and avat Yisrael amongst the Jewish people, teaches us in the world the value of one Jewish and one human life. Shabbat Shalom.